James, since this all started, this lockdown stuff, there has been two different types of people, I think, that have showed up. People that have just crawled into their little crevice and started to worry, and there's been another type of person that's shown up, led, moved the needle and started to create opportunity for themselves. How would you deal with somebody in the business that was, you know, the number one that I just mentioned? Somebody that, you know, literally just gone inside, worried, think about their financial security, maybe far away from their loved ones or parents, you know, working for deVere in another country. How, as a leader, did you support those types of people?
It's a great question. So initially, when we realised that Europe would go into lockdown, and of course we could see what was happening in China, we could see what was happening in Hong Kong, we've got some big offices over there. So I guess we were fortunate in the fact that it hit us second. We knew what had gone on first of all, so perhaps we were slightly better prepared. And we knew that it was essential that we got all of our staff in places where they were comfortable, because they're probably going to be there for the next 3 months. So in a lot of countries there was an exodus to get back to the UK. People that had families back here, people that had that support system here, that I guess it's that network of help. So we got as many people back to the UK as possible. Big exodus of all these countries. And then the ones that were left in European countries into lockdown, clearly some people found it more difficult than others. Some people loved it. They loved the fact they were working from home. They loved the fact there was no travel. Loved the fact that they had everything in one place. Some people hated it. Some people didn't like that, the fact there was no separation, that 7 o'clock at night you were still sat in your office because it's also your living room. We just got to make sure that we were there for those people. So we tried to identify those people as managers, and then it's just communicate. Speak to them, show up, show them that you care, make sure you're there for them, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's Zoom, whether it's a phone call, just to make sure that we're there for everybody. So that was how we tried to tackle it. Who knows if it was perfect? Probably not, but very difficult. It's been very difficult trying to get people back into offices as well. You know, that's also been maybe as challenging as moving to a remote working model. So moving to remote working was tough. Now moving back into offices is tough as well. Really is. You've got a lot of rules that you've got to adhere to. So I'm in the London office today. Everybody is 2 meters apart. We've had to separate desks. We've got, as you can probably see, hand sanitizer behind. We've got that all over the place. We've got gloves. We've got masks. We're providing or paying for Ubers for people that are in the London area to try and avoid them having to get on tubes. It's just so many things to think about, you know. The office has to be deep cleaned once a week. It's just very difficult. And in here there must be 30 people working out of this office. Imagine being Boris Johnson trying to get 60 million people back into employment. I do not pity his job. It's hard enough trying to do it here.
Please do subscribe, hit the button.